Hey, welcome back to the Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop. I'm Skip, and on our turntable today we have a Hot Wheels King Cuda. This car model came out this year, but it was originally the King Cuda first came out as part of the Spoiler series, and it also came out in Chrome, which is one of the club cars that were offered by the Hot Wheels Club way back in 1970. I have a restored King Cuda that I restored here about a year or so ago. That's the one that I did. And you can compare the two, see the two of them together. Anyways, I think the King Cuda also was part of the Hot Wheels 30th anniversary run, which came out in Spectre Flame Blue, and then again in 2002 it was retooled, and it's been in production ever since. So what we're going to do today, anyways, with this King Cuda, is we're going to use it for the October Painted Pink build for the Four Horsemen Diecast team. So we're going to get it taken apart, and we'll take a look and see what we got. Okay, well, we're back, and we have got our Hot Wheels King Cuda all taken apart. So let's take a look at some of the pieces. Again, the body, of course, that's in good shape because it's just come out this year. Nicely detailed. It's got a little bit more details. The door handles are detailed, so that's kind of neat. You can see the difference between the old Barracudas and the new ones, in the sense that the old Barracudas, the engine just sat in here. It didn't go, and it was actually part of the screws that held the chassis on. This one is just part of the middle interior part. So I don't know exactly everything I'm going to do with this interior. If I'm going to do anything to it, I'll probably blacken in these and stuff like that, like the original ones. Whether I'll take and do anything with the interior, I'm not sure. And we'll probably detail up the back tail lights too, and the headlights. But that's good. The wheels are just Hot Wheels 5 spokes with a red chrome trim ring, or whatever you want to call it. A little bit of stuff we can take and do on the bottom here, so we'll probably do that, and that'll be good. This should be a really simple build, I think, and of course the glass is just blue glass, and it's in good shape, so it shouldn't be bad at all. So here are all the parts we've got, so we're going to move on with our project. All right, well, we're back, and we've just taken our little King Cuda out of the stripper, and so now we're going to just get the paint off, and come off pretty easy. Especially if you want to do a color change, you want to make sure you get all of this squared away, and apologize for all the background noise. All right, well, we've got most of that off. Again, I use Citrus Strip. That's pretty good. It's non-toxic, and it's a pretty good stripper for these things. Sometimes it may take a little bit longer, but anyways, we got this, so we're just going to give it a clean up, and then we'll get ready to polish it up, get ready for paint. Builds coming up in the Crossroads Speed Shop. We have on October 31st the Four Horsemen Oktoberfest build. Then on November 5th we have the Diecast International Builders truck build, and then also coming in November we have the 1/64th scale SEMA builds as well. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss a video. Okay, we're back, and I'm working on my painted pink King Cuda, and I'm putting some of these nice 5-spoke wheels on there, but the axles were a little bit too long. So one of the things I did is I took a pair of wire cutters and I clipped off the end. And now what I'm going to do, what I usually do is I at least try to put it through the C so it just gets to the end like that. So because that way you know that the wheels are going to be tight. Then I take some of these fence pliers, and I just crimp the end like so. You can see it's got a little flat space on there. Oh, that's not tight enough on that one. Sometimes you might have to do this a couple times just to get it through, but I guess a nice flat spot on it. Let's see, yeah, that should work out good. And then we'll snap them right down in there. See, that way the wheels don't get too wide on the body by doing that. And so that rolls pretty well. Let's move on. All right, well, we are back and I'm working on the CUDA. What I wanted to do is I wanted to detail up a little bit. I wanted to detail up that front grille. So I used one of these black Sharpie markers, and I got in there. You can see right there. I darkened up the grill, and so it's not just chrome. And on the back, I took a red Sharpie marker, and I detailed. Let's see if we can get close enough so you can see the red. Just that line. Just wanted that line across there to be there. So I went right across that and detailed that up. So I got that going. So let's move on. All right, well, we're back, and we're still working on our painted pink King CUDA. As you can see, I've got the CUDA all primed up and ready to go. I usually use Tamiya Fine Surface Primer. Then what I did is I mixed up some pink because I didn't have any pink color, but that's pretty easy to mix up. Basically, I use this as the base, the opaque white, and then put just a few drops of the red opaque. Added some UVLS high gloss. Usually, again, like this is usually like 1 to 4, 1 to 5 on the Createx. I like 4 of these, 1 of these, and then I just added a few drops, like I said, of the red. And then I put a few pipettes of 4011 Reducer, and so now you got a nice pink. You got a pink, almost looks. I hate to say it, but it looks almost like a Pepto-Bismol color. But I think it's going to come out really nice on that, and that'll be my painted pink. And also remember that whenever you lay down colors, probably the more coats you put on, the darker it's going to get too. So let's get this thing in the paint booth, and we'll be back. All right, well, we've been working on our painted pink for the Four Horsemen painted pink October build, and again, got this painted pink. You can see nice color there. I did add some stripes just to break it up just a little bit. I'm going to put some of this micro sol after because they were a little bit older decals, because these decals were not ones that were made for this car anyway. They were made for a model car that I had, and I had some extra, so I used them. But I think maybe because they were older, it took a little bit for them to get off the water slide paper, and so I just so I didn't bother to film that. But you've seen some of my other ones how we do that. You can see these; they came out pretty nice. Usually, I try to cut them a little bit. If I do something like that, especially if I'm making my own decals, I try to cut them a little bit longer anyways. Just fold them under a little bit, and then when you put the microsol, it'll set down pretty good. That way you can come out nice and even. Everything can look kind of nice and even, where if you cut it short, you might have a crooked line or something like that. Anyways, that's where I've got, and so we're going to be moving on with that project. All right, here we are, and we're back. We've been working on our painted pink Four Horsemen build for 2025. We've got the Barracuda all painted up nice pink. Let's see, those white racing stripes on it. Gave it a couple coats of Diecast Graveyards 2K Clear. Got the chassis all ready. Got some nice 5-spoke Samet chrome wheels. Put my little Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop logo on the bottom. For the interior, I didn't do anything for the chrome other than I did detail the grille and also the back tail light for that. So we're going to get this thing put together, and in a few moments we'll have it up on the turntable and take a look and see what we got.
A few moments later.
All right, we're back, and we got our fully assembled custom King Cuda. This is my Four Horsemen October Painted Pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month build. I took and stripped off all the paint, and with a custom pink paint that I mixed up from some Cratex colors. I painted the body. I added those white stripes that I got from a model kit that I have. And then I added those 5-spoke Samed wheels. I detailed up the rear tail light, and along with the front grille. Had a lot of fun with this build, and again, it's to commemorate Breast Cancer Awareness, because Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I've done some research on it. So it's observed every October, and it focuses on the early detection through regular screenings like mammograms, promoting healthy lifestyle choices to reduce risk, and raising funds and awareness for research and treatment through events like races and fundraisers. The movement uses the pink ribbon symbol to unite and support those affected by breast cancer. The National Breast Cancer Awareness Month was founded first in 1985 in partnership with the American Cancer Society and the pharmaceutical division of that time called Imperial Chemical Industries, which is now called AstraZeneca. It's a producer of several anti-breast cancer drugs. The aim of the NBCAM from the start has been to promote mammography as well as the most effective weapon against the fight against breast cancer. Back in 1993, Evelyn Lauder, Senior Corporate Vice President of Estee Lauder Companies, founded the Breast Cancer Research Foundation and established the pink ribbon as its symbol. Though this was not the first time the ribbon has been used to symbolize breast cancer. There was a 68-year-old California woman named Charlotte Haley, whose daughter and sister and granddaughter also had breast cancer, and had distributed peach-colored ribbons to call attention to what she perceived as inadequate funding for research. Back in the fall of 1991, of course, we have the Susan G. Komen Foundation handing out pink ribbons to participants in its New York City race for breast cancer survivors. And sometimes you see that on other ads in other places, such as the WWE. They usually have that in October. Also, Delta Airlines back in 2010 painted N845MH, a Boeing 767, in Breast Cancer Research Foundation special colors. And back in 2015, a newer version of the livery was painted on the same plane. I've flown on Delta a number of times over the years, and I know every time when I fly in around October, they start talking about that, and they recognize and celebrate their own employees who are breast cancer survivors. But, this is a very important thing, and I'm glad to be able to just to do something on my channel just to maybe raise a little bit of awareness to this as well. Again, on behalf of my teammates, Paul at Diecast Graveyard, Andrew at Maple Leaf Customs, Tom at Spork Syndicate, and myself, Skip here at Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop, we want to invite you to take part in these builds. Again, just go to the Four Horsemen Diecast YouTube channel. You can find the schedule of events. You can see each theme each month, and we encourage you to join in on that. Again, you don't have to have a social media presence. All you need to do at the end of the month is send a picture of your build that goes along with that month's theme and send it in to fourhorsemendiecast@gmail.com, and we'll put you in a recap video that will come out the next month. And I hope you enjoyed this build. I had a lot of fun with it. And again, I'll put it with some of my other painted pink cars I've done over the years. To all my viewers and subscribers, I thank you and appreciate you so much for watching and following. As always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.